everything feeling new now. Way up about the now. See the picture that I drew now. And I really can't lose now. In control like cruise now. Yeah, they know how I do it now. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. I'm doing me. Hey, that's how I like it.
One shot.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. 9-point game. They've got Drummond. Sabonis is out there with Harold. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Kidd in at the point guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Now here is Carter. 5 on the clock. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Russell, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Goes back up, and there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
And they double up Russell. Taken away by Kidd. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. With the teardrop, count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Now, here is Russell. Kidd with the steal.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Milwaukee.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high-percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop him. Just another excellent game it was for Jason Kidd.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Here is Hayward. Jason Kidd making his last shot. There's Russell with the 3. An absolute pop. So the Wizards 5 right now. Antoine Jamison out there with Horford. Then there's Divac, and it's Wall, and it's Kittles in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Wall. Horford trying to free himself up. The layup off target. Memphis trailing here. Here's Hamilton. That falls. The speed that time from McCollum. Hamilton's got 14 points here in the second half.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed him, he's been their safety guy.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, they're coming in the Memphis Grizzlies. Playoff contenders for 7 straight seasons from 2010 to 2017. A Western Conference Finals appearance in 2013. Now a new phase as they look to rebuild this roster.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Anderson's checked in for Hamilton. Mason Tatum comes in for Fred VanVleet. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Hardaway. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team.
With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
And Chris, in the small market of Memphis, there'd been a resistance to hitting that reset button and going young.
Well, yeah, with fan attendance dropping in each of the last 4 seasons, I mean, they've reached their paying threshold. And with this team struggling, the writing is on the wall.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Grizzlies have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Lowry against Wall. Lowry passes to Gasol. That one misses.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, this is why you can't leave guys open around Wall. He'll notice it and exploit it.
Lowry against Wall. Outside Tatum. Jamison on the double team. Tatum kicks to Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. Outside Lowry. Memphis keeping it alive with a new 14. Here's Gasol. And no good that time. Some solid defense from Butler. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. The lead is 2. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming, and Jackson gets it to go.
I tell you what, he's showing some cojones. Yeah, that was a huge possession, and the young fella delivering time and time again.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. The score knotted at 127. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. Dwight out. He's checked in for Jackson. Against Wall. Pass to Jamison. Trying to get open his Butler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I tell you what, he earned his money.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Beal. Inside the line. He bounced the rebound.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over, not even giving him an inch of space.
Here's Wall. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. The pass to McCollum. Beal with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Got it.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hand. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Now, here's Lowry. Pass to Gasol. Looking to end his cold spell. And the rebound goes to D-Box.
Even though he's going ice cold, he keeps shooting. And it's late enough in the game for him to recognize it. This is better option. The movement off the ball is just, and the pass to hit in the stride is even better.
Here is Lowry after the basket by Washington. Pass to Howard. It drops. And he has put them to within 2 points.
He is so experienced in these situations. I love seeing Howard welcome the chance to be the hero.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're leading by 2. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Richard Hamilton's checked in for the Grizzlies. Well, looking for an opening. $15 seconds left in the game. Pass to Jamison. 6 to shoot. Back to Wall. There's D-Box. It's rebounded by Memphis. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're trailing by 2. 5 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
Here's Hamilton. And so it's Washington who's straight by with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. Here's Iverson. Conley out there with Allen Iverson. Then there's Whiteside. Then there's Mourning. And it's Van Horn in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Heat trail by 5. To the paint. And stolen by Harrell. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Kidd. Sabonis trying to get open. Kidd gets the bucket. Kidd's got 16 points here in the second half.
And you can't forget about Kidd in transition. Whether he's dishing it or shooting it, he's great at making the right decision.
Kidd against Iverson. Has to come from past the arc. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
I'm impressed with Conley's scoring ability here. He's an alert guard who understands how to attack the defense.
The pass to Love. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. There's Sabonis. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
Sabonis has a tremendous skill set for a 7-footer. Remember his dad, Hall of Famer Arvydas Sabonis, very creative in his own right.
The Heat making a switch here. Fournier is checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Andre Drummond comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And Steven Jackson is subbed in for Kevin Love. Conley with it. He's picked up by Kidd. 5 to shoot. Fournier gets a wide open look. Those 3-pointers off the mark. And the call will be against Fournier. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
This is upset to have to take a seat here, but at this point, I don't think it'll have an impact. The game's probably out of reach anyway.
Well, Gilgeous-Alexander, such an intriguing prospect coming out of Kentucky. I can't wait to watch in a new system how it is that he starts to understand and develop further his offensive play.
Timeout called the Heat. They're down by 6. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Guys, what do you think?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
And it's the Heat with the ball. 6-point game. And now they decide to foul intentionally. It's the...
Now let me give you what you came for. Coming up, I'm
Spin as you go, helicopter. Spin as you go, helicopter. Spin as you go, helicopter.
Living with all of these strangers, staring at faces that you can't make. Standing in front of a mirror, forcing a smile, but I can't fake. 'Cause I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling confused. I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my view, and I'm trying to find something new. But baby, I'm not holding my breath. I need something to believe in. I need something that can keep me holding on. And the ceiling. I need something that will keep me on the ground.
And so here is Dallas. It's a one-point game. They get a hand on it. So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Richard Hamilton. Cohen is out there with Fred VanVleet. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Tatum in at the power forward position. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Dallas.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Shane Battier is checked in for Vucevic, and Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Martin. Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Kyle Lowry comes in for Fred VanVleet.
You know, there's no question about it. Tatum's ceiling is really sky high. Now it's up to him to meet those huge expectations, and I think he will.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Dallas calls timeout.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Pau Gasol.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just tore them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Thanks so much, David. Now, here's Tatum. Spencer Dinwiddie missing his last shot. Valanciunas finds Lowry. At the elbow, it's Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Gasol's got the lead up to 2 now for Memphis. Dallas calls timeout. And so Young will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And there's the pass to Williamson. Lowry against Young. Releases. And he swishes it right through. Young's got 44.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. So it's the Grizzlies now. Lowry passes to Gasol. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Gasol has got 8 here in the quarter.
saying Gasol is someone you turn to in these situations. Need a big basket, he's ready to go.
Here's Young. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
He can't miss from deep. The defense has to regroup here, and I think they got to change things up because he's locked in from behind the arc.
And finished off by Gasol.
And, you know, Lowry looks to set up his open teammates beautifully. Nice dime there, and it really keeps the team tied together nicely.
Now, here is Young. 1:22 left here in the fourth quarter. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
That's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
And slammed up by Tatum.
And Tatum, Kevin, has been in these situations before. He's reliable when it comes to stepping up in big moments.
Young against Lowry. And Young kicks to Battier. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Inside, Dinwiddie with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Young. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Lowry against Dinwiddie. Down low. Money!
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 3. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Richard Hamilton's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Lowry against Young. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without foul.
This free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. And so Young nails them both.
And really just a great rhythm at the line. Whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws. Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Passes it to Battier. From deep three-point range. Missed.
To go, it don't really matter, still get you. Came for a show, I'ma show out. What you heard, what you know about me. Not a thing, been riding around the forest, switching lanes. Ain't a girl in the world that can make me change. Not as long as you keep playing games, baby. When you up at night, all alone, playing games on your phone. Do I cross your mind? Gotta know these feelings for you I can't control. When you up at night, all alone, playing games on your phone. Do I cross your mind? Gotta know these feelings for you I can't control. Been on my way for a while now. I took steps. And I know you've waited a long time. But don't fret. just ask me, take up for the ones who came before us, cause we ain't after the straight at your brim, nastiest phlegm, then I eat I don't pretend, when I get a pen, it's for some M's, I'm talking plural, don't know what to do with me, every defender need a eulogy, I give my heart in perpetuity to all the stars.
Porzingis against Jackson. Kicks it to Wall. Over Holiday. Wall passes to Kittles. Now Wall. He's guarded by Ewing. Clock is at 3. Levi's trying to fit himself in. Wall, no up.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Ewing is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. Washington calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, DeMar DeRozan.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
But during that break, Kevin, I heard what Scott Brooks said to his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Evan will see if they can make that adjustment.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Here's Murray. The pass to Porzingis. Murray with the bounce pass. Ewing can't hit.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
It'll go, and the New York Knicks cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Wall.
Important possession there, and John Wall getting it done.
New York calls timeout. They're up by 3. 1:52 left in the 4th quarter. Left in the 4th. Here's Booker. Washington with the rebound. Levi's has got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Butler. Throws it up off the glass. Now just a 1-point Knicks lead.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, those are the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there. Does it seem to you guys that this guy, nothing faces him? Booker treats every moment like every other moment. No matter how big, no matter how small.
Washington calls timeout. They trail by 3. 1:29 left here in the 4th quarter. 1:29 left to play in the final quarter. Beal deciding where to go with it. Over Booker. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket from Beal.
He's got to embrace the moment on Beal shining brightly.
Here's Booker. You can't hit that time. Great D that time from Beal. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards to take the lead. Beal can't get it to go. New York's gotten in the groove from 3-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the 4th quarter ended. And finished off by DeRozan.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Hey, Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now here's Beal. And Ewing with the block. And they're on the break. Money!
Devin Booker is known as a scorer, but this guy will find you if you're open.
and looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. New York on D. It's a 5-point game. And another miss by Washington. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, I think we know that Devin Booker is known for his shooting, but to me, guys, there's also the passing and the rebounding aspect that comes into play with him. Well, you like when a guy calmly steps up, knocks down the free throws, exactly what you want.
That's a 2 from Butler. A rebound by Ewing. And it's the Thunder with the ball. 3-point lead. Paul passes to Bibby. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. So for Oklahoma City right now, Ben Simmons is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Mike Bibby, and it's Chris Paul. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Paul, following the miss by Montrezl Harrell. Paul outside, and they double up Paul. And Simmons slams it in.
Love how Simmons commands the ball, especially in the big moments.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. The dish to Jackson. Shooting. He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
And I love the passion that Jackson plays with. Never bashful when it comes to pulling the trigger, and an outstanding two-way player.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Andre Drummond's checked in for Harold. Amon Green comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And it's Kemba Walker in for Matthews. Now here's Walker following the missed shot by Nurkic. And Drummond gets to Jackson.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Yep, that one goes.
That's an important shot by Aldridge. He understands momentum is key at this point in the game.
Walker against Paul. To the middle. Here's Drummond. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Ushkawa, he's checked in for the Thunder.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Yeah, and do you see Chris Paul sweating right now, Kevin? I don't.
Timeout called the Bucks. They trail by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 on a foul.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, GA. Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And he had to be the pick, no doubt. He's had an astonishing number of steals. He's kind of been a thorn in their side all game. Just clogging up passing lanes and playing really tight D on the ball.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He knows this has been a hard-fought game. He wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
This is an area where Chris Paul has been solid every year, always right around 90% from the charity stripe. Breathe easy now, the biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Jackson from long range. That shot off the mark.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled.
All right, David, thank you.
See the picture that I drew now. I really can't lose now. In control like Chris now. Yeah, they know how I do it now. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. I'm doing me. Hey, that's how I like it. That's how I like it. Making a beat shake. Got on my wallet. Got on my wallet. I had a break. Out of the silence. Out of the silence. 30, I'm bouncing. And throw it all cause I'm out of here. And now I'm falling. So can't wait too far, can't wait too far, yeah. Treat me like a star, yeah. Almost there. You want it, nearly. Lost my breath in my soul, all it was. The more you talk, the more I speak to myself. They say it's bad for my health, you can tell, but I'm almost there. I love me. My diamonds wear like a faucet. I'm in that for concussions. I only talk to the bosses. When I get money and flossing, I used to about the dungeon. I told them keep it on. I dug and dive me, try like I'm lying. She said the same. How you feel? You ain't gotta like me. But the trail, you ready? Yeah, that's my dog. I got it, he got it. I'm at the bills, took off like a rocket. Went got a bag and bought all the sun. Now I run my own because I deserve it. Proud of my kids, do this for my mama. I love, I just want the camera. We with the, yeah, we with the drama. say no cat, but it's all cat. I'm too real. These red like me. I'm on the road to risk. I never fall back. I had to go again. I got concrete and risk. Free my dogs out. We finna count this chicken. We might just drive in distance. I let the money. I got them. I love me. My diamonds well like fussy. I bet that cousins. I only talk to the bosses. When I get money, I'm fluffing. I ain't about this. That's what I'm saying.
And so it's Dallas with it. It's a one-point game. Young passes to Williamson. Over Thompson. And there's Williamson on the assist by Young. And that's now 10 points for Zion Williamson. Andre Ayton out there with Zach Randolph. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Thompson. And it's Hardaway in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like with this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
Now, here is Young in the corner. Battier with it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Battier's got the lead up to 3 now for Dallas.
And Battier, a consistent threat from deep, has a great stroke from the outside.
Hardaway passes to Thompson. Out left to the wing. Here's Randolph. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. Shooting. No good on the free throw.
Well, look, now in the later stages of his career, Randolph is still valuable. He's a hard worker. His teammates look up to him.
Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Dallas calls timeout.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Trae Young.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He told him, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That free throw good from Hardaway. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The Mavericks leading. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Williamson dishes to Young. There's the double team with Randall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
He's a guy you have to gain from that court. The way Young scores and passes the ball creates so many problems for the defense.
That's good from Young. And so Young nails them both.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Hardaway against Young. Now here's Hardaway. He's tightly guarded. Thompson finds Warren. No good with the triple. Dallas leading by 3. Dinwiddie outside. It's to Williamson. Over Hardaway. That's good for Williamson on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Hardaway against Dinwiddie. Hardaway passes to Randall. The Mavericks pull it in. Chandler's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Williamson. That one drops for him. And it's a 7-point Maverick lead.
Williamson with the elite ability to finish off contact. And it's just not the strength. It's the body control.
To the inside. Lets it go from 11. The shot's good for Randolph. Randolph's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Always cool under pressure. A vet like Randolph has seen these situations 1,000 times.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're ahead by 5. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Young against Hardaway. And another one.
My goodness. 50 for the 8.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Right side Warren. Fires for 3. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
And Hardaway always looking to incorporate his teammates. You can see him keeping his eyes moving in order to make sure he's ready to deliver to the open man.
Now, here is Young. It's tipped. Stolen by Randolph. Chandler against Ayton. Thompson outside. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Kings. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, those free throws helping them to make the lead even safer.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're down by 6. 30 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
And time is of the essence. Basket and the foul has got to be the game plan.
.30 seconds left to play here in the fourth. It's Hardaway with the drive. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Showing what a great teammate he is right there. Look, Randolph, passes like that are why his guys love to play.
And the Mavericks call time here. They lead by 4. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Young. And that's an intentional foul. Drops the first one, that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. Timeout called by the Kings. They're behind by 6. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Handoff kicks to Hardaway. To the paint, Chandler with the steal.
Occasion. I stay ready cause destiny impatient. Changes, I've been seeing changes. If you talking fire, then we speak the same language.
where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championship rings as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, and as a team president. He knows how to win from every perspective.
You're right, Steve. You look at Riley's career, most people are just looking to accomplish one of the things he's done.
Kevin, he has a great mind. He's incredibly driven. He understands how to motivate people, and he understands what's important to focus on.
Taking a look at the 2. Antoine Jamison out there at D-Bots, and it's Kittles in at the 3 spot. The Heat trail by 8, and the Heat call time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Antoine Jamison.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Jay Crowder's checked in for Miami. Fournier against Beal. Shot from 12. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Wizards lead by 8.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Coleman Hill is checked in for Crowder. And Miami has possession. Outside Conley. Here's Mourning. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on John Wall.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And the first one at the line is good. The Heat making a switch here. Porter's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Wall against Conley. And Wall kicks to Butler. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Now here's Conley. Divac the rebound. Divac has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Back to Jamison, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Michael Conley picks one up. This free throw is good, and that will put them up by 9. Griffin's checked in for Miami. Jamison hits them both. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Outside Conley. There's 1:26 left in the game. That one, no good. Jamison with the defensive effort. Outside, Wall. And Antoine Jamison, the bucket on the assist by Wall. Jamison's got the lead up to 12 now for the Wizards. 1:09 left in the 4th quarter.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin.
for the Wizards.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jamison.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Washington with the ball. The Heat getting the bucket. Outside for Beal. And a miss there on the triple.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
Conley with the three. It doesn't go for him. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview. Name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example set. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
Dinwiddie is checked in for Dallas.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
We got Chauncey Billups. Harris is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Kennard at the 2-guard. It's the San Antonio Foul. Now Harris. Shane Battier missing from long range. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house and the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base, those fans will be around for a while, giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road.
Got a piece of it. Robinson passes to Kennard. Passes it to Randle. The kick out to Billups. Bangs home the trifecta.
And Billups, a remarkable shooter in his own right, especially from distance now. Has a really fluid shooting motion. Big shot, Chauncey.
Now here's Chandler. Young for three, and he's good on the three ball. Young's got 27.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Kennard. Billups from outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. Martin's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. He's got 29 points.
And this is why Young is so dangerous. He just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
Now here's Billups. Randle. Martin with the block. Young against Billups. Randle brings the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. He'll have a jump ball. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen,
wish that you would tell me if so. Then I got a place that we can go. Ain't gonna let you play me like the game's on your when you up at night. All alone, playing games on your phone. Do I cross your mind? Gotta know these feelings for you I can't control. When you up at night. All alone, playing games on your phone. Do I cross your mind? Gotta know. I can't control. So, where you wanna go? It don't really matter, still get you. Came for a show, I'ma show out. What you heard, what you know about me. Not a thing, been riding around the forest, switching lanes.
Richmond outside. Look at our matchup tonight, Brent. It's somewhat rare now to have two teams that operate so well with their back to the basket.
Interesting to have multiple options down there on the post, and more, Kevin, we're seeing it sometimes not even be the center position. It could be a wing player that on any given night has the physical advantage down there. So defensively, how are these guys going to cope with that? Are there going to be double teams from the bottom, double teams from the top? Are they going to come on the first or second dribble? Let's take a look at that tonight.
A lot of moving parts. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Fournier out there with Iverson. Then there's Whiteside. Then there's Mourning, and it's Van Horn in at the small forward position. Now here's Richmond. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Just 5 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And it's Davis missing. Fournier for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Richmond against Fournier. Outside, Davis. Towns trying to get open. That doesn't go either for Davis. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Pass to Whiteside. Now Iverson. He's coming off a 22-point game against Washington. Passes it to Mourning. Rebound by the Nuggets. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Iverson come up with the steal there. An opportunistic defender who knows when to go for it.
Davis finds Towns. Now Richmond. Back to Towns. And Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic defender. Phenomenal at using those long arms to reject shots.
Miami leading by 3. Iverson outside. Pass to Fournier. Feet away. Richmond with the rebound.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. Has to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Now here is Davis. Turned in an outstanding game against New York. Trying to get something going. They get it back.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Davis against Iverson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the ball.
Is it easy for you if I took time? Would you feel secure if I told you everything on my mind? Imagination can't take its toll. Let it run wild, but sometimes it'll turn you down. Saving up your feelings till it feels right. Put up a good fight. If you can't put up a match, then it don't feel right. 'Cause you can't play around anymore. Oh, so sure. Coming up so tight, you're strong enough to stay on my mind. Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough to stay on my mind? Are you strong enough to stay on my mind? We're way too young to even know if we're a moment, if we're better alone. Don't make a promise if you're gonna run. Give me no option. You're not strong enough for good times. Sending all our feelings through a phone line. Put up a good fight. If you can't throw a punch, then it don't feel right. 'Cause you can't feel good right.
Now Lynn. Over in the corner, Cousins. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 4 assists in the game. Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day by day, question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
We got DeAndre, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Zach Randall. Then it's Jeremy Lin, and it's Graham in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing, excellent.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Sacramento.
The big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And here is Paul after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Levine finds Aldridge. Yep, it counts.
And I loved how all...
Here's Rose. Thompson outside. All the way trying to free himself up. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Rose.
Not everything fell for him in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Hardaway is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Ayton. And it's Thompson in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And the Kings making a change here. Warren's checked in. John Collins, he's checked in for the Bulls.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And he knocks down the first one. And Bam Adebayo, he just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size. And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
That's good from Westbrook.
I like that he's playing with the Nets here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Here's Hardaway. On the wing, Thompson. Outside Warren. A three-pointer off the mark.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
It's good.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Thompson against Butler. Outside Hardaway. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Westbrook with the nice D there. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
They came close there to tying it up.
That was a really important possession, especially at this stage of the game. Painful miss.
Now here's Hardaway. Evans comes over with the double team. Right side Warren. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Adebayo. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got rebound number 13 with that last one. To take the lead. It's hard in by Warren. Warren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hardaway gets the Warren. A minute 20 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
An absolute beast inside. Love how Ayton uses his size to draw these fouls.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's off his one, so he misses both. Chicago trailing here. To the middle, here's Butler. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Thompson.
Aggressively looking for contact. Butler doesn't mind attacking the defense head on.
And it's tied up with that one.
Now, that's big free throws from a player. They depend on in those situations.
1:05 left in the 4th quarter. Thompson passes to Adebayo. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Butler. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for the Bulls. And he is unable to get the second one.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
50 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To take the lead, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, easy call.
He sinks the Putz free throw. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 1. There's 45 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
Hey, guys, no doubt who our pick is going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Luke Walton was saying to the team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
As big a basket as that was, the free throw probably even bigger. Now you've got a 2-possession lead all of a sudden.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're down by 4. 26 seconds left in the 4th. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Hardaway. There's the
He is a great kid. I love to see this from Aiden, stepping up in the big moment, letting his talent take over. He's terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order
does get the second one, and that will put them up by 2. And the Kings with possession. Now here's Hardaway. Thompson outside. It's over Brogdon. Missed.
That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch the Hall did not.
David, thank you as always.
So I need more than kudos and a high five. Cause I went from sidelines to the limelight. And I shine bright, ice cold bars, Klondike. And I never move with this ain't blindside, oh. Finite, but you feel the spirit, whole flow, shine light, so glow. Every lyric sing cold, cold, so most. Like Rondo on my glow when I pivot, oh. Cause I maneuver through the like a bottle of metal, mutual in a body that's used to being. And most consumers, they view me as a ruler like Mansa Musa. Cause I stay with some jewels that can exonerate them from every ounce of troubled water they've been in. Spend in time in places it ain't safe to swim in. Without yelling, I try to tell them they should make amends. Where I'm from, you see so much pain. What touch me, do it big, now they know my name. I done got it out the road and put on for my day ones. That's why I miss my doing Dave Chappelle show or you don't play or none. Walking in the sunshine.